Welcome, welcome to another episode of the Angels Positivity and Love Show. Incredible guests
Mhm.
the world over with amazing insights, expertise, and just really big hearts. They're often giving service to others. They're healers, best-selling authors, speakers, and so on. We've had a very diverse group of people in the last three and a half years, 500 tapings, 75 of them solo. If I didn't have to talk, I wouldn't do it. We've got such great guests. They can do the talking. We've got a beautiful transformational guide coming back to us, best-selling author, speaker. But if it's about quantum physics, consciousness, reality shifting, that's her. The Mandela effect is one of the key phrases. She was there before that thing came into existence. And she's got a lot going on. She's here to help mankind expand here, but it's really our consciousness merging with what already is in and around us. I'll call it love, the fabric of the universe. It's a constant. Cynthia Sue Larson, I think this is your third time coming back. You're amazing. I'm excited to have you here. Great to see you.
Well, thank you so much, Michael. I'm so glad to be with you, and you're such a bright light on the planet. So thank you for being who you are and
Thank you.
spreading that love and joy.
Well, let's start right there with love and joy. Is mankind ready to do a little more love and joy daily? Are we ready to do a little less rat race?
Gosh, I hope so. It seems like every sign is indicating that it's time, but a lot of people are feeling tension from the stress of the changes. So it's takes a little alchemy really to kind of find the joy and the lightness and the humor when it seems like so many things are collapsing or people are concerned like what's going to happen next. It seems, these are chaotic times. So there's some stress obviously, but I think we're made for it, and the humor helps so much. And I just, it seems to make sense to me when you ask how good can it get, it's got to be love, it's got to be joy, it's got to be humor. And therefore, and those are things we can choose to bring to any situation anyway. A lot of people don't realize that. Hopefully, if they're watching you, then they know it's true. But sometimes we fool ourselves and we think this has to be a very serious moment. But it's okay to have that spark of joy and humor inside you, to have your eyes dancing. I really appreciate people that can do that, even in serious moments, to have that sparkle. It brings a quality of interdimensionality to every moment where the magic can still happen. And that's the key to transcending situations that seem stuck, that seem problematic. It doesn't need to be the limitations that we've been told from linear thinking. We're living in a very different age right now. And I think the young people know it. You know it. I know it. People who are intuitive know it. So welcome. Welcome to the grand opening of the next level of humanity's growth.
Uh, Eloquent, beautiful. Thank you. And I'll say it this way before I ask you the next question. You can be happy now in this very moment without a single reason. Angels said that. Can we do a quick follow up on that? You can be happy now in this very moment without a single reason.
Yes. Yeah, happiness is a choice. It's just the momentary recognition that there's something much greater than this moment that might seem like it's closing in. When it's that bursting through awareness when you realize there's something so much greater than this. And that's where humor can take us, where the joy can take us, the choosing happiness can take us there. And I think happiness can be quite the essence of who we are when you just get into that silence and get to know that. There's so much love, so much happiness there, and it's indefatigable, and it doesn't get tired. It's endless. There's no end to it. It's not limited, and it's the source to me of all that is. So that's just at the core of all being. It's amazing.
You do a lot of speaking, a lot of appearances on shows, and you've had a lot of experience. Can we pivot straight to one unconditional love figure and an interaction in a lucid dream, physical waking? You think it was reality. It was reality, maybe, but it was right in the middle of the coffee shop. Who knows? What's something you can share with us? But we're completely pivoting right now. What moment or what person of some form, love and above, showed up for you?
Well, a meaningful person in my life was my mother's mother. She was very meaningful to me. I think the most meaningful in my life because she was just pure love. Her husband had died the year that my mom was pregnant with me. So when I was born, it was like a double gift. So when I look at the reasons for it, like that makes sense. But my mother's mother was already deeply loving anyway, but her heart was just bursting open. And that's how I got to know her. Even before I was born, I could feel that love. And then coming into that field, I felt it. And she never stopped. She was the person who had the innate knowingness of this that we're talking about, just knowing the truth of this much love. She knew it, she lived it, and she was the embodiment of it to me. So she's well, such a huge role model for me, such a source of a touchstone of great love and oh, just no words. Just her voice would carry it to me. The kindness in her heart and her love for just the awareness of source of angels, of knowing that they're quite real. Um, what an amazing gift that she was my grandmother too. But I've met strangers too, or people that I didn't know well that have touched me similarly. So you're right, this can happen in a moment. And I think people have no idea the profound level that they're able to touch someone with. They might think it's forgotten. It's never forgotten.
And let's jump the fence a little bit and let's talk either a galactic figure, angelic, other type of loving being, but not necessarily human.
Oh, wow. Um, well, loving, angelic. There are just so many beings that I find so helpful. I I tend to stay focused on the humans in this lifetime. Not because that's my nature. My actual nature is to have one foot in the beyond, actually. But I know that I'm supposed to be I need to be making the best of this life. So I'm doing the best I can with that. But having said that, I really do feel the presence of other beings. Sometimes ones who have passed on have been extremely helpful to me in ways that made sense later. It's just extraordinary. Like, for example, my best friend in high school, her mother, I never got to know her mother because her mother had died. Um, well, I knew her mother, but not her mother's mother. Let me back up. This is good. I'm not trying to be complicated. Okay, my best friend in high school, her name's Lisa, and her mother's name is Joan. And so I knew the two of them quite well. What I never knew was Joan's mother because Joan never knew her mother. Joan was like a second mom to me. So she was really sweet. I'd come over, oh, would you like something to drink? It's a hot day, or can I make something for you? Very kind, very compassionate and caring, very motherly. But what was going through an interesting time in life. I'll try to make this short, but
Well, and just
basically,
back up 10 seconds for us. So it got to the point where she offered you stuff. We froze for a second. She offered you stuff every time you went by. Very compassionate. We had one of those freezes.
yes. So if I wanted something to drink, if it's a hot day, here's something nice to cool you down and some lemonade or something. She's very sweet, she was like a second mother to me. And so I knew her and of course Joan and I knew Lisa. I did not know Joan's mother. And Lisa was studying genealogy and trying to connect the dots and find relatives. And one day, I've been trying to find Joan's mother, but her last name was so common and from the Seattle area. Her last name was Hall, and there were just so many Margaret Halls. There was a bunch of them. And I just had given up. Like, that's a needle in a haystack. I don't want to deal with that. But one day, when I was busy with something else, I felt the loving presence of Margaret Hall, who I'd never met. And she was just coming through so charismatically. She just seemed like she had so much vivaciousness, boom, and love. And she's the kind of person it's hard to say no to. I tried to tell, it's a spirit coming to me. And she's like, I can show you my pictures. And I'm like, right now, kind of busy right now. I've got this deadline. I'm doing something. I need to do it like really right now. And she's like, yeah, right now. Like, well, I was thinking to myself, this I'll know soon enough if it's true. I started telling her I've tried to find you, I've failed. But she's like, I'll take you right to it. Like, okay, we'll see. I guess we'll see. And she did. She took me right to the high school, the exact right high school with her photos. Not one photo. She said photos and she meant it. She was an actress in the high school play. Of course she was, with that much charisma. I mean, I'm just feeling this charisma just shout like nobody can say no to Margaret. I can feel it. And then I look at the photos like, oh my gosh, it's her. And I've never seen these. I don't even know if anyone's seen them. So I'm trying to call my friend Lisa, but she's having a family crisis that day. As it turns out, I didn't know why the phone's busy. It's never busy. Busy, busy, busy. I'm like, that's weird. Finally, I get through, and I'm able to share these photos and the news and the love and the charisma. Tremendous. Of course, she's in the play. I can feel the charisma of like she can sweet talk her way through anything. So much energy and so Lisa was dazzled and uplifted, and the family drama was even smoothed over, thanks to the presence of a grandmother's presence on that moment. I was wondering, why now? What's the urgency? And then look what happened. And that to me, it just, some people need proof, or they feel like, what are you guys talking about? This is all airy fairy. Well, explain that. I would say like this, like I've got no words because Margaret's love was so beautiful and deep. And she's not the only dead person I've met. I've met several. I mean, dead is not gone. And then of course there are the other beings too. The whole thing is just bigger than most of us realize.
Well, I'll
So
light some
beautiful.
sage and we'll take a few interactive steps, but then get back to linear in a little bit. Here's a little
Okay.
bit of sage. If no one's watched the show before, you can just catch some sage smoke. And it doesn't matter
Yeah.
what year you are in, 2030, and you're in Germany, Tokyo,
Yeah.
Christchurch. Just allow, allow, allow. And Cynthia, let us know when you're getting a little bit of sage smoke. We did this before the show, we've done it before, but you might get flowers, ocean, or just glitter on top of the sage smoke, or you might get cedar, tobacco, juniper. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm feeling cedar, feeling like it feels beautiful. That's the sage. It feels woodsy. It feels, yeah.
Okay,
To me, that's very soothing. I like it.
good. And people can play this over if you need extra help. Just if you don't mind me suggesting, angels exist. It's in the name of the show, and there are photos. Um,
Yes.
and people can see directly, jointly. So kind of
Yes.
off the hook here. What will you allow for is the rub. We're going to get Cynthia talking about that, how that's almost the crux. The heart's really big. It's like a Ferrari out of Magnum PI. We're all Thomas, if anybody remembers the 1980s or the recent TV series. But not many of us want to look in the wallet and see a PI badge, notice the gun, hop in the Ferrari, and first grab a set of keys. We're up here all day long. How do we allow for more? How do we allow more daily or show love more? I won't say always just yet. We're still working our way there. How is this really not even about spiritual, galactic, interdimensional? How is it about just basic functioning daily?
It's the most important thing. And you're right. So often we get rushed or tricked into thinking that we don't have time for it. Like, or we don't even know that we're making that choice. We just blunder forward with our routine without recognizing that the love is so important. It's the most important thing. When we look back at a life well lived, it's not how many things you got done or deadlines got met or what accomplishments were made or how much money you earned or good heavens, power and prestige. No, none of those things. It's going to be the love. And to realize that now and to remember it is so important, whether we hear it from our good friends. I think sometimes our friends can bring us back into that, can keep it real for us. When you have a good friend, if we're lucky enough to have a good friend who can just make you laugh from your belly, like, and just feel like that is so good. And then you just feel so much gratitude that that person's there in the world, in your life. Love is everything. Love is what brings us together. It's what gives us the ability to listen to others and have empathy and to rise into that very uplifting sense that we're very small in the scheme of things, but it's okay to be small because there's so much love holding everyone together and that you're very much a part of that. So to remember that, I think it's different for each person, different each day, how to feel that love. Because you don't want to mail it in like a robot or do something sort of robotic thing. It's got to be real. Love is real. Love is quite real. Nature helps because nature's always in the moment, flowing. If you're lucky enough to have a garden, go in the garden and just find something to share love with. What do I love most here right now? I like to actually thank my house when I leave it. I like to embrace my front door. I'll kiss it. I'll touch it with such love. Boarding an aircraft, I always touch it with so much love. I put a kiss on it. I'll do the same thing with houses, with buildings. I like to feel the love in the space I'm in and feel its love for me. So that's something simple you can do if you're up for it. If no one's looking and you feel brave.
We're going to take some not so random steps. Four angels, a Joy, a Charlotte, a Minn, and Audrey Hepburn. But I'm going to read a quick passage collectively written by angels. If anybody thinks I wrote this stuff, then you're the best. Like, I should have you on the show at the audience. Anybody in the audience thinking that I write this stuff, great. It's from listening to angels. It's been number one twice now on Amazon, thanks to being on Coast to Coast AM. Okay, it's an appendix in the book written by angels. Why is this a big deal for an individual again? Like seeing, meeting angels when no, and it's also just connecting to all there is, being in your heart. When no ego is present, your heart and soul shine through your eyes. You are love, you sparkle. You are one with all and at peace with all. You are whole and content. Listening is opening the line of communication available to each human. Merely be still and listen. Acknowledge and own the step. Move forward today. Just do it. This is a bit like a classic treasure hunt, but here you get to find yourself since you are the treasure. Do nothing, be, listen, learn, appreciate. This is not about any particular words or concepts. Grow your awareness, not your thinking. Be loved to all as often as possible, no more and no less. If you spent all your time being love to all, you would have less time for ego or causing harm elsewhere. What's your reaction to that?
Love that so much. Love that it brought in listening because that's that state of being in flow. And that when you're in flow with love, you're in heaven. You've brought heaven to earth. You're rocking it. I mean, that is the life well lived for sure. And there isn't any room for the negative aspects of ego. I think ego's still there, but it's along for the ride. It's kind of like, what's happening? But in a good way. And that's where you want ego to be. You want it to be feeling like, yeah, wow, I'm loving and this person's not angry and things are going right. Like what's happening? Miracles are happening. I'm in this flow state that I didn't even know existed. So when you're reading that, I'm feeling what it feels like to live like that and to just be in the right place at the right time and things are grooving and even things that seem stuck or people that seem problematic, they're not. And then you're just like, what is happening? But that's just like I said, listening is in there, love, and you're just in that beautiful flow state of living a lucid life. Lucid living is what I refer to it as in reality shifts
I like
from
that.
listening. Yeah, I love
I,
it, love it, love
I
it.
have another listening quote from Archangel Uriel for you, probably from like 10 or 12 years ago. And then I have four angels. We're going to put you to listening on all of mankind's behalf. Here's Archangel Uriel. He said, if more people would listen, less conflict would arise in any given situation. So, with that as the backdrop, I'll put up Joy, an angel, very cosmic. She's the emotion, joy, high, peppy voice. What's Joy have as a reminder for us all? If you don't mind playing listener for all of us.
Oh, joy is just expansion is the key that you find your joy, inside and you can share it without any sense of concern of, what's happening because everybody loves joy. It's it's intrinsic to all of us. Yeah.
Oh, I like that. That was a good one. And here's Charlotte, your favorite third grade, third form teacher, if you're watching from Canada, with words meant to help you expand. What's Charlotte's reminder for everybody?
You've got this. And even what you think might have been a mistake is just, and it brings a greater awareness eventually of something that you never would have seen otherwise.
Okay, and even something that could have been a mistake you thought was a mistake, finish that sentence. That was the one you missed. We missed two words there, and the rest came right back in.
Okay, even things you thought were a mistake, you can learn from, and you'll see things later that expand from that awareness that you never would have seen otherwise.
And then with Min, she's very professorial. We're getting to Audrey Hepburn next, just in case I forget. But the soft-spoken, watery, she's like Mother Hawaii, light waves of energy and water with a serious background, not trying to sound too galactic or serious. Um, if you don't mind, the whole consciousness being in your heart, showing love, how it picks up time, slows down time. It's why the Einstein kissing a girl and driving, the whole where you put your focus, how you spend your energy. If you don't mind having her touch upon how everything comes from the heart, all the good moments in life, like you said earlier.
Yeah, heaven is the heart. This is the place of knowing that you are operating at the oneness state of time, where time does seem to slow down or stop, but that's because you're in the place of no time, all time, infinite time of love in the heart. And that's the heart's magic capability that humans are gifted with to be able to transform this physical existence into the sublime. That this is the connection from heart to essence. Wow. Yeah, I can really feel that.
And then Audrey Hepburn, Angel, she's half Grace, but there's already an angel named Grace who's Rainbow Light. So she's also half Sparkle in the moment. She can bring you perfume from Paris if you wish, or Milan, uninvented, or something really beautiful smells while you're listening. And she'll wax poetic on the human condition and the expansion coming. It is actually very orderly. It's already here. It might seem
Mhm.
chaotic, but that's more of an unwinding. So we're putting you to task again. Cynthia Sue Larson, you've been fantastic for the listening. Whoa, 3 home runs in a row. Poor kid in the parking lot over the stadium is not getting intact balls. You've knocked the leather off the balls as well. Okay, here we go with not Cynthia Sue Larson, with Audrey Hepburn. And
Mhm.
she'll move, wink, smile, eyebrow goes up in a photo just to prove that anything can happen in the moment. Still photos cannot move according to science, but according to the human heart and the rest of the world and universe and galaxy and cosmos and dimensionality. Absolutely.
Mm. This is about pure love and the purity of your own consciousness, that you're a pure creation of creation itself. And as such, the love you bring is pure love. Yeah.
Now, if anybody remembers musical chairs, there's 5 chairs, there's 6 of you, the music stops, one of you is not part of the game anymore. We're going to do a little instant game show things. And Cynthia, unfortunately, we volunteered you. If you could just go like this, but off camera, and put your hands out like you're getting $100, $100, but not from this show. That would be our budget for the year. Okay, put your hands out. There's only 4 angels just now, and only 2 can win the bingo contest on the other side. One holds your hand on this side, one hand holds your hand on the other side, or just lots of light, or you feel warmth. I mean, if you want to punt, you can have just yummy in the tummy, but it could be Audrey and Joy. Let us know when you've got each hand is claimed. Charlotte got in there fast, Joy got in there fast, and you've got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're very fast today. Okay, so have them work on you through light coming in, but there's no work. It's just vibrational, rotating. I don't have the right words today. Flowing light, consciousness
Mhm.
expansion, and out of it will come more words for all of us.
Yeah,
When
this is
when
a
you're
time, yeah, it's a time of differentiation between that which pulls down and that which lifts up. It's never been more clear the difference, that you can feel it in your heart, know it in your mind, and speak it with certainty, because this is a time of discernment. And the choice is yours. You can choose love and joy and peace and kindness. And we hope that you do, because that brings heaven on earth and peace and balance and an enlightened sense of connection with all that is for each and every one of you.
oh, nice, and if you can keep that connection though, we're gonna keep going. I have been inspired by your newsletter and you. So I have used, I think, maybe 40 shows by now. It's been a long time. I give the same guest the same scenario, 3 scenarios, and ask them to connect the dots, which you are perfectly suited for. But now you also have 2 helpers because we're going to go a little more broad, galactic. We're going to it's like having referees come in and explain how it all went down. With NFL game, America's Cup, it doesn't matter. World Cup, it doesn't matter. Okay, here it comes. Here are your 3 scenarios, and you're going to connect the dots. You are built for this. It's about reality shifting. Elizabeth April is a intuitive on Instagram and remote viewer and some other stuff. And she has a child, I think under 6. This is a public example. She gave it in a video. Another adult's in the room with her. She puts a marble
Mhm.
into the child's hand. The child says 1. I think the child can count to 10. The second marble goes in 2. Third marble 3. Fourth marble goes in 4. 2 adult witnesses. Fifth marble goes in. Child says 4. Opens hand. 4 marbles. Child 1 to stay at 4. Okay, second example, Celestine Prophecy, the movie, Barnett Baines' show. He was not the director, but like second or third in producing the movie. He did What Dreams May Come. He did Eckhart Tolle's Milton's Secret with Mia Kushner and Donald Sutherland when Donald was alive. He's a creativity teacher, very galactic connected. Da 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 da. The second movie, Celestine Prophecy, they're hiding in the jungle from the soldiers. This is Edward James Olmos, if you remember Miami Vice, the police chief. They raise their vibe. I'm not going to finish the rest of the story, but they raise their vibe, and at least for the beginning, soldiers come within inches and miss them. They shifted everything. The third example is from your newsletter, the couple, the ER room. I love this one. They wrote in, I'm assuming they had to be really high vibe for this. Although the husband gets injured at home, paramedics, they end up at an ER they know is busy. Every stall is going to be filled. Somehow the clock winds 4 hours. They don't see anybody there, but the place is filled, and they exit with a high vibe experience. You're the probably the number one expert on the globe to explain this, but you also have two angels helping you right now. So with all this, can you talk to us about how everything is relative?
Yeah, we each live a very unique, selective, subjective experience of reality, which seems contraindicated. It seems different than what we've been taught. Science, as most people learn it, it suggests that there is such a thing as objective reality. This is a place of creation. Each of us is independently, subjectively creating, and we co-create together as well. So these changes that you're noticing are totally within the harmonious alignment and awareness that this is creation. This physical reality we think is so solid. What it's made of is consciousness itself. And these timelines, if you will, are choice points of selecting four marbles or five. The child wants four, it stays four. You and you go to the hospital, don't need it to be very crowded. The staff insist it's crowded, but that's not what you need. So it's not. Each and every one of these experiences is that way. That I forget the third one.
The,
It
the
slips my
jungle, and they disappeared with raising their vibe, and the soldiers go right by.
classic. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a classic. That one's been people have been working with that for millennia, actually. That's a
Aboriginal
very
clever men or healers walk right through trees.
yes. Oh gosh, yes. This one's in constant practice by practitioners, so it's well understood. And absolutely, it's just the awareness that you can be in that adjacent reality. The first step is listen for the adjacent reality. So you want to tune yourself so you can feel it. Start noticing, could it be? So if you feel like you can't do it, then just keep asking, how good can an adjacent reality be? Just imagine, like maybe there is one that's more enjoyable, that's safer, more wonderful, more fulfilling. And yeah, there is. And a child can do it easily. That 4-year-old is perfect example. And then shaman can do this perfectly. Celestine prophecy, that's a great example. And then these reality shifters from my newsletter, yeah, they're practitioners as well. So these people that know how to do this are doing this, or they're young enough that no one's told them that they can't, and they're lucky enough to have Elizabeth April as a mom. That helps because then you're in that supportive field with others who understand, well, this is unusual, but maybe it can happen because it just did. And to not deny it. That's very important. So just to allow ourselves to start experiencing the magic that's ever present, that's part of the challenge of these times. It's an ontological shock for sure to go to a place of saying consciousness is the fabric of reality, but it is, and that we have everything we need. And these timelines we're choosing between, they're quite palpable sometimes. And when you just know this is the one I need, this is the one I'm choosing, like a child, like, yeah, I need four marbles. It's four. Never mind, I got handed a fifth one. We're at four.
And I'm looking at a window, and there's a hummingbird feeder in the back that's like Grand Central, but I'm looking at the screen with all those little squares, micro squares. Now, it really probably should be a cube, but whatever. And the point of this is there's infinite little perspectives. Each one is the intersection, or maybe it's the box, I don't know, of between the wire on the screen. Who knows? There's probably a better way to say this metaphor. But there's infinite possibilities in each moment. And yet, all moments can be the same if you're love. We're going really big here. And can we keep going? But I'm going to bring in four archangels plus Charlotte as support because you might get even new words, language, or privately you get something you will just say, I got it, but you don't have to say it out loud. Here's Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel as rainbow pie slices. There's three more I cropped off camera. It took me years to learn, but if you need them, Jophiel, Shamiel, Zadkiel are off camera if you need all the archangels. Um, get something unique, new, extra, fun, or just feel a lot of light come in and you're like, oh my. And you already got, I can't see you, so you got it?
Yeah, got it.
Okay, good. Okay, so how do we if you need to do tactical and practical, I mean, everyone's got a bank account, and there's at some point in their life, they're like, oh, I'd love to visualize my bank account expanding at least a little bit. Some people can't picture more than an extra $100 in there. Others want 10,000. And it's not the best example because that's not the point of the exercise. But it might, on the other hand, everything is your instruction. It might actually be parallel to everything else that they then turn to after they have some success. So I don't know which way to slice this. You do, though. Where are you going to take us next?
Optimization is a call for the heart, really. So it's go back to the heart, right back to what we're really living for. And the heart knows what is exactly sublime and divine for each and every one of us at this time. And it calls into us to recognize this as well, that if you need money, just loving yourself and knowing that you love your bank account, just letting that love overflow whatever feelings of lack or vulnerability or whatever those issues may be, just let that love overflow any of that because love is the answer, love is the key, and love is so much greater than any possible interference. And that's true of every single situation in life, for health, for relationships, for finances, for prosperity, and for all of the questions that we might have about how to connect better, to be in better service at this time. These are relevant issues in my life, just constantly asking how to bring a very esoteric topic into the world in ways that can be understood, that can be most useful, most beneficial, uh, and really networking. The networking is important for all of us at this time because we are recognizing that each and every one of us is helping create this together. And so it's easy because all of us are coming together to create heaven on earth, to create an optimal reality for each and every one of us, for you, for me, for everybody who's with us today. And it's a co-creation. So love is the way forward, and you can feel it. It's visceral, and that's really all it takes, which sounds too easy, but as we know, love, feeling and finding that love, it's a practice. And each day it's going to be a little different. But right now, feeling it, you can start to feel an opening and expansion. That's the expansion that you need. That's a coherence. And it overcomes all the noise, all the interference is just washed away. It doesn't matter what it was. We are greater together. And all of us together are the key.
Oh, I like that. I'm going to find a Chogyam Trungpa quote, but I also wanted to follow up on that as I go completely blank. Here's the quote. The way to experience nowness is to realize that this very moment, this very point in life is always the occasion. And he said that in 2014 after he passed over. Chogyam Trungpa Rinpoche, I said it Rinpoche for at least 10 or 12 years. I only see stuff written, I don't have it taught to me. With that, appreciation, allowing, acceptance, how is everything in this very moment, how it is right now, perfect for you as it is? Is that the vehicle to get you out of your head into your heart to then, if you really wanted to affect change? Can you talk about all these different dynamics we just touched on?
Yeah, it can be. Some people are thinkers, and so for those who are thinkers, it really helps. They can realize, like, oh, I get it. So this moment is so important. The gears are turning. Some people are not thinkers, they're intuitive feelers, and they're just vibing with you and I, and they're just going instantly right there. So the empaths, the intuitive feelers are grooving, like, yeah, I feel it. Doesn't take much. But the thinkers need a little bit of extra support. So it's very good for that. The Rinpoche's words are extremely good for that acceptance. That to me, it feels like describing awe, actually, that sense of wonder, of feeling like there's something so much bigger that we're part of, and sort of vibing with that awe. It's possible that you can start resonating with awe itself and wonderment and just feeling enchanted by the enormity of it, whether you're looking at the stars at night and you're in the southern hemisphere, so you actually see the full Milky Way. That's incredible for anybody who's ever seen that. But even in the northern hemisphere, even with city light pollution, you can still experience awe just by sensing the vastness of space and the fact that you're able to see these other stars. So this can bring that awareness. And in that moment, you can start to feel eternity, literally, because you're seeing light that's traveled for light years to reach you. And it's all for you in that moment. What if that's true? Just the awareness, like, what if that is true? What if the subjective reality thing is real? And this moment of me observing it is part of what's bringing it to me. Yes, exactly. And
And you
it's
brought in the word awe, which I was looking for an extra A, but I knew it wasn't anything I had. I have a list of A words that's really cute on the top of a page because it's endless. Angels, a lot of really cool letter words that start with the letter A. But when you said awe, it clicked and I started laughing. It was a brilliant choice. I'm going to put up joy, the angel to kind of be around. Not that you need any extra help, but she's an amazing, just she's joy, cosmic, high vibe. And we're going to
yes.
use her as a reference point or the easel that holds the paints, or she can be some of the paints. We're going to paint in just a second. I'm going to bring in a woman from Sirius. I did an AI drawing. I talked about it for 6 months. I finally did it. She's sort of human, very loving, loves Earth, loves tree consciousness, and loves to bring everything to you light, tree consciousness, enthusiasm. And if you don't mind a Pleiadian named Heinrich Eric A, between the three influences, if you could just let them, it's all love and above for folks. I'm going to mention something that you just said, where the stars coming to you. I was looking out a window as I was closing it maybe 3 weeks ago, upstairs, facing to the north, guest bedroom. And then I see light in the sky, and I'm like, that's not an airplane or a helicopter. And the thinking kicks in, but then I relax about it. I watch for an hour as we'll call it Pleiadian lights, interdimensional, not actual craft, and a little bit like that. Was it Phoenix, Arizona, 30 years ago? But not as formal. It was a little more fun. Squigglies and fading in and out and bright and soft, and then this, that, up to three or four at a time. And I watched for an hour. And then it happened the next night, an hour earlier bracket, which was great. And then eventually a household member got to join in, although they rolled over in bed and said, no, not tonight. And the third time they said, no, angels and Pleiadians told me I can go back to bed. And I went back upstairs and I realized, oh, I got tricked. And I had to wake them up and they got to see it jointly. And then I had to go to bed. I only had 30 seconds. And I was like, guys, I've only got 30 seconds. And just one little one showed up and it was basically like, go to bed. But I snuck back up an hour later because I hadn't really fallen asleep yet. And I wanted to see it again. One more came in and then they said, go to bed. And I went to bed. Okay, so with all that, there's something for everyone. And that almost might be the thing you're following here. But you got a Pleiadian, you got a woman from Sirius, you got joy, and you got a theme here of some sort, which is way beyond me. I just blabbed right now. But you've got a lot of enthusiasm for mankind. How are each of us ready to receive extra special attention and love and even light in the sky if we just open to possibility?
Yeah, we can ask how good can it get with this kind of a partnership? What kind of connection, what kind of beings would you most like to connect with? You can invite that. Think of it like a big family gathering, and you get to hang out with your favorite cousins. It's all the cousins and the aunts and uncles and the ones that snore and everything. But you're picking like, I want my favorites there. You can do this with the beings. You can totally invite the ones that you know are the fun ones that are maybe that challenge you. Maybe they don't make it easy for you. Your Pleiadian doesn't make things easy, but actually that does speed things up because when you need to figure it out yourself and do things, you're growing a little faster. And so it's possible to do that. And we did have an experience of this in Crestone, speaking of confiding beings, in the group gathering with Paula Harris and I and Aaron Judkins co-facilitating the event. I was asking participants, who would you like to invite to our CE5 tonight, inviting beings? And or someone asked me that. That's sorry, I flipped the question. And I said the Venusians, like Val Thor, because they look like Hollywood. They look so beautiful and they're so kind and their ship is healing and just everything about them. They're just so sweet. Like, let's invite them. Well, we created a semicircle that evening. Someone took a photo, a lady who looks like a Venusian herself, quite frankly, and she took a photo. One of her photos showed a group of beings in completing our circle toward the mountains, and they matched the photo. The one in the center matches the photo of Venusians that Paula Harris had seen from books from the 1950s when they visited the White House. They were there on the East Coast. There are photographs of them, and it's like, yeah, they came. So this actually it happens. I know supposedly you can't just invite beings and they show up. I think that's old stuff. I'd say just like what you experienced. I love your story, Michael, because you're saying like, oh, they're like back to bed, but like, oh, but you're so excited, and it's just like that joy that it's almost like being a child again to feel that wonderment and that presence. And I did feel it that night in the circle. I felt like there was the hand on my shoulder from the Venusians, real time. I'd also asked, could you please show up quick? Because Paula's in her 80s. She's only going to be here an hour. It's cold. So if you show up fast. They did. They showed up within that. They showed up, boom. We were watching lights and we hadn't even done the formal thing you're supposed to do first. They were just like, it's on. And then the whole thing happened in the first hour. Paula Paula could hardly believe it. Like, but that's how that's what I'm saying. Invite your favorite cousins. We've all got them. They're there. We have these connections. You could feel it. I could feel it. This is real. And so I'm encouraging people, just imagine this is our extended family. And you're saying, you know, you guys, I don't remember you the way I wish I did, but if I did, I'd have so much homesickness. I'd be a flight risk. I'd be trying to leave Earth, but I can't remember you that well. But I do remember you. I'm ready to see you guys again because it just cheers us up. It gives us that feeling that we're not in this alone. We do have some support, and thank you for being here. Yeah.
The household member's been intuitive since she was like 5 or 6. More passed over people, but Geronimo and others, angels as well. But when it came to galactic beings a couple years ago, I was a little jittery about that. Or was like, what? And then saw me going down that rabbit hole, which in a way, angels have been giving their galactic backgrounds. They're angels today, is the way they put it. But all shapes, sizes, colors, all sorts of backgrounds from really far out. I've even seen an angel running on a trail in Austin, where when the angel, there's sometimes a big ta-da. Like Joy was a huge pink Roman candle out on my floor through my ceiling of my first Austin home, like out of a Disney movie where my jaw dropped and it's hello, hi, I'm Joy. And nothing caught fire. It was like a Roman candle. Seconds later, she did it again, and I mean, I was short circuited for days. Da-da-da-da-da. But this one went through the treetops, but it was dimensional light. Like I don't know how to say it right, rectangular, but 6 sides, squares at the end. Rectangular light wasn't breaking any branches, but it was like a shield thing out of Dune, the original with Sting and the movie from the 80s. And so she said hi, Rachel, one of my Secret Service bodyguards. She's a sweetheart. And so, long story short, the household member was jittery, and the Pleiadians adjusted and did the coolest thing. They did collective voice for her, and they did it like a fourth grade hi, like that. She knows how to say it, and she says it all day long now. And she'll get messages, but it's like a high pitched, high, gentle, collective voice, so gentle that she's immediately felt comfortable. And the only comparison I have is over our fence is like a huge greenbelt hill, but baby deer galore. Baby deer being born. We've got a JoJo,
Oh,
we've got an Oliver, or that might be Olivia. She doesn't know yet. But we got little deer that are literally the size of basketballs. One's grown a little bit more. So she's talking to the deer. You can hear, they're totally not even knowing where they're at. And we're loving it, but it's very parallel. It's just very innocent. It's very there. If you want to tune to it, it's right in front of you or it's within you. Can you give us another dose of this radical optimism you do? But following off of what we just talked about.
oh yeah. Yeah, just knowing that I love that. Well, part of the radical optimism is appreciating and gratitude. And I feel grateful that your household member, even though with the initial feeling of trepidation, was able to overcome that with an experience, just being a little bit, just a crack in the door open, like, okay, I'll accept something. And then, hi, 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 to feel that and to have that be such a touchstone for her, for that household member to realize like I can access that and it's there. What a great experience. So this is possible for all of us to recognize that just a little bit of openness to new experiences, all you don't need to do much, just a little crack in the door that like I'm open to this much. You can have your boundary and part of my radical optimism is that is how good can it get. You can have just a tiny little allowance for openness, and just enough light can come through that you can start becoming accustomed to that much light, that much love, that much joy. Because a lot of people feel like that's too much light, too much love, too much joy for me right now. And you may think that's weird, but that's not weird. I think we're on a difficult planet, and so a lot of people have acclimated to the Earth conditions at this point. we're in the process now of going through a very amazing upliftment. Just raising the vibratory frequency so we can have the sense of awe and wonder. I saw a science article today talking about radical optimism. Guess what's now considered by some doctors to be the number one thing you can do for your health? Not supplements, not food, not diet, not exercise. It's have the experience of awe, AWE, in your day. And they were noticing that the person in the study who had the most awe, they looked at the ledger, like, what were you doing when you had all this awe? I was having coffee. Like, what are you doing when you're having coffee? Because you're having awe when you're making your coffee. And the person said, yes, I'm pouring my cream into the coffee and I'm watching that cream pour into the coffee. It was so much awe at the patterns that it's making. And they're like, wow, you're doing something right. Because that awe is the best thing you can do for your health, apparently. And I saw that just before talking with you today, Michael. So when you said that word awe, it was gifted to me by the universe in advance. Like, look at this. And what a perfect gift. And I'm in the flow because I'm listening, like, oh, this came to me, reading a story about awe, about coffee, about wonderment. And that fits my radical optimism to a T, because how much better could it get for you to be your best possible self with best finances, best connections, best relationships, best health, simply by embracing awe and wonder, which is the opposite of cynicism. Cynicism's the other. If you're wondering, well, what am I moving away from? You're moving away from from ending up a total cynic. So awe and wonder, it's openness to new experience.
Total
And
cynics can be pried open like a beer bottle. Boop. It happens. Maybe.
it does.
Okay.
Oh, I've seen it. Yeah.
People's reactions to dad jokes over the last, well, it hasn't been 15 years I've been doing dad jokes, but I do dad jokes to break the ice a little. And people's reactions, once in a while, you get a hardcore thinker who's like, this, like, go away. And so that's interesting. Even the show itself is like a dad joke in a way, in that a discerner or somebody who's putting themselves into full awareness can take 50 amazing spiritual teachers and just see, not that any one consciousness level is better than another, but each person is where they're at, and it's perfect for where they're at. It's perfect for what they're doing with others, and yet somehow it's a whole rainbow or extra levels. It's a beautiful panoply. But that's one data point. I'm giving you two more data points. Um,
Okay.
I know for years, at my first Austin home, very fun home, North Austin, I would sit and be watching TV, but I've got these stairs that go up and then V, one to a mother-in-law bedroom, and then a really cool wraparound staircase to some other bedrooms. And I'd be watching, and I'd be a fish in fishbowl, because there would be what we call oh my God, I forgot the phrase. Not angels necessarily, but visitors, galactic visitors, or just interested, yeah, visitors, uh, passersby, who visited. Light would be showing all the freaking time. It was like you try to watch TV and it's like another light went maybe up and down the stairs or came by, but they were coming to check in and see what was going on. And I'm sitting on a couch one day and I was using sure shot cameras to take photos of angels and so on. And I heard, hey, go outside and shoot over the house. Here's all the archangels, and the little guy in the back is Metatron. They're going to guide this a little.
Okay.
Um, what do they have as a message? All the archangels, Metatron, what do they say to keep your chin up, take your footsteps as you can, move forward, or simply move within? What's their message for all of us?
Mm. Yeah, I'm trying to find the words for it. What I'm seeing is this transdimensional quality. So I'm just asking words, please. Hang on. Yeah, transdimensional. They really want me to focus on transdimensional, and I'm like, yeah, where's the rest of that? They're just saying flow with it. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna sort of channel through because I'm like, where's this going? I don't know. Yeah, transdimensional conduct is that which brings an awareness of who you think you are and who you thought you've been into an elevated sense of self. Often this is a combination. So you'll feel a sense of timelessness as you connect with various moments through your life, past, present, and future. And this is the awakening process that can bring great joy and the ultimate in radical optimism, living the experience of that. This is a very deep one. Like, whoa. I'm running that one through. Like, wait a minute, what? That was like, wow. Okay.
So you reminded me of something. I've been helping people for 15 years, but for a good 10 of them, or even right now, I still didn't know what I do for people. So I slipped that in, giving away a lot of free service for a lot of years and still do. I'd ask, what does Mike do for people? They would do some listening. It was always three figures at once. And so I would get like, he teaches how to love yourself. And I'd be like, oh, that's really cool. Wants to rid the world of anger was a very early one. I remember that. He changes the direction of the desert winds. And so I wrote all these down. I put some on the website, but one that you just touched on that I could not remember or get straight, I had to go look it up. Transdimensional channeling for a
Oh,
multi-dimensional experience.
yes,
And
yes,
that
yes.
and that one has stuck with me even though I couldn't remember it. But I knew it. I just could, I don't I always get the multi-dimensional or the trans mixed because it doesn't have meaning the
I
way I
know.
should.
I'm
Uh,
just like I'm locked onto it. Like that is profound, and
well,
it's unfamiliar to me. So I'm like, whoa. So I'm
we're
riveted.
we're bringing in, I'll call it, I can say it in plain kindergarten English here. You're so in your heart that it's contagious and others get to expand or piggyback off of it. It's like you're the white wave in surfing, but you're that extra gentle wave where you can never wreck just about. Instead, you always get the best ride. It's forgiving. There's no sharks. And what we're going to do is put up five unconditional loving figures. I don't always get the fingers right. Five unconditional love figures, three angels, and two Native American chiefs, maybe three. Bring in Geronimo, probably. They're going to work with you, and we're slingshotting here into something new. Privately, you can get extra, please, so that this is a double entendre, triple entendre. You're getting a lot extra out of it. You don't have to share anything unless you want to. Here's Joy, and you can use me as a guinea pig if I need to be the experiment. We can go any direction you want. Joy will know how to steer you here. What do we all need to know? How can we let go more? It's not about gaining or losing anything. Move past seeing the negative. You have it all within.
Yeah, it's feel the childlike wonder that's in your heart, that's in your soul, that there's no mistake you can possibly make. You're doing great just to be here, and the what you share is what we need right now. And it's fun. Have fun. Be in your heart and have fun.
I like that one a lot. And I like that there really are no mistakes. I mean, I know experience is what you get when you don't get what you want. Some marathon announcer said that. I think it was the Tokyo Olympic Marathon. And I dropped. I was like, oh my God, running commentators said something deeply profound. I was like, holy cow. Okay. And I wrote that down. And there's not a lot to remember. So if I remember that,
Okay.
that's pretty good. Here's Charlotte. And she's got a Orion background, but she's an angel today. People want to close their eyes. You can get blue light on the eyelids. You can see blue glitter around you. You can see her standing by the Peloton bike. Tons of people have done that on the show. Who cares? Either any which way and loose. We'll do the Clint Eastwood film from the 70s. Allow, no triota. What are you getting, Cynthia, for all of us?
Yeah. This is a time of seeing within to see through. So as you look within at yourself, you're seeing the way forward. You are the visionaries, and it's all about the inner truth. So we're creating exactly what we most need, and there's no need to be afraid or frightened of what other people are projecting as false shadows, because it's not your shadow, not your stuff. So it's going to be really good. And we have reached now the point of coherence with a sufficient tipping point of us that this is guaranteed. Success is guaranteed, is what she says. I love it.
And Min, right
Okay.
on the tail end of this, she's really broad. If you could close your eyes and see a galactic version of Min and her light, and maybe it's more of a symphony playing or whichever way sensory you want to get it. I'm going to blow through the microphone. I'll hold it out so people know it's down below. They don't think I'm just pointing my face down. Here comes the blowing, and I'll push with one hand. Here it comes. Catch extra light, extra inspiration, and extra awe. Let's use that word. And Cynthia Sue Larson, what are you getting for all of us? Unbridled.
Yeah, it's leverage. It's like the internal balance that we have is from certainty of knowing who we are at the core, that you know who you are. You will be indomitable. There's true invincibility here of the heart level. It's very resonant with what we were just hearing a moment ago, but it's different. This is about leverage. The leverage, there's more to it than it was explained. So it's without words. It was so, the big ideas coming through, tremendous, huge flow on this one. So the leverage thing, it has got so much interdimensionality to it. Basically, the idea of leverage, it's like you can do a lot with a little is the idea. And you may think you have nothing at all to do anything with. That's so not true. And we're entering a time when the smallest touch gets the greatest effect. We're in it now, and that's what's the real meta message here. And that's what leverage really means. It's like transdimensional leverage. It's a kind of leverage we've never seen, or at least it's the stuff of legend. I'm getting so many goosebumps. I'm just flooded with goosebumps. Right. I'm getting a lot of. I'm glad I'm getting this right. That's what I get when I'm like, yeah, this is a tough one to put in words because it's coming through. The ideas are so big. I hope people can feel this. It's really the feeling of it, of the invincibility of it, that we're entering the time of small touch. I'm getting choked up with the love. Pardon me. It's very emotional. We've got this. Yeah, it's wow.
I'm going to do a Texas pun. I'm from the East Coast originally, but there's a y'all y'all. Some people can work out. I think it's double y'all, not triple y'all. But instead of all, all that is, there's all and an all, and there's an all. You're touching it. And we're going to do this later where you can see the energy and you're going to feel the energy. And people just need to trust. We'll call it the pinky. Well, the pinky, except forefinger is easier. It's awkward. So they're going to trust that even their finger knows what's going on, the digit. I have three Native American chiefs, door number one, treetop level, spiritual guides. They can answer, by the way, in patch, bridge work. They're so treetop level down to earth that they make angels. Angels are big. You just received a lot, but they can translate it like the gentlest teachers. I guess we'll do them next. We're going to see a little bit of light. I'm going to give you one of the greatest Mandela effect questions ever. You just have to say the word sugar to me if I forget. I've written it down, so I don't think I can forget. It is the biggest bomb of all time, and I'm dying to ask you this as the final denouement on the whole thing, or whatever, crescendo, Fourth of
Yes.
July. Yeah. Whatever the word is that I'm missing. Okay, here's Dull Knife. He's wisdom with some humor, like a mountain range. You can already be catching. I don't have to light anything. He'll bring you one of those 60 sacred scents: tobacco, sweetgrass, juniper, Douglas fir, desert pinon. You get the idea. Get that. Just what are you getting in the air first?
Well, it feels like well, there's the warmth. I feel like the warmth of the sun and the earth itself. So it's very interesting. It's just like this. I can feel the sense of place, the clay of that place. The next that came through was felt like sage, and but the earthy quality is incredible. It just feels like earth, clay. Feel a little bit of tobacco. I smell that, feel that. Sacred tobacco. This is of sacred ritual. So it's not just, it's a kind that's carried for personal and medicinal use. It's very profound.
And he'll do a reminder for us all before I put up Red Shirt Lakota Sioux Chief historical figure. His original name was Morningstar, today Dull Knife. He chose that. And he'll do a reminder for us all. What's that reminder?
Yeah, you bring the essence of what you seek. You can tell that what is truly for you is there because it comes to you. Look for look for what comes to you, and you'll find the true nature of your calling and of your soul.
Nice. Okay, and Red Shirt, gentlest mom in the world, like the mom you described, the grandmother,
Yeah.
compassion, compassion, compassion. And wearing a U.S. presidential medal day after the photo was taken, he and Geronimo, Pennsylvania Ave. Teddy Roosevelt gave him the medal, I think, horseback parade. He's so soft spoken. Get a private compliment for how much you're that inner, fearless, peaceful warrior following your path, just allowing all to be as it already is and sharing that love, joy, and awe. We'll do
Uh-huh.
Lovejoy, like that Antiques detective series from the 80s. A&E, I think if anybody's old enough to remember Lovejoy, I think he collected furniture and his heart would palpitate every time he saw an antique. That he was such a collector, be like horses, you get totally wound up over a single piece of furniture, heart palpitating. So Lovejoy, awe. What's Red Shirt have for all of us?
Oh, it's just carry on, have heart, have that courage to um, to keep doing what you know is true and right, and because it is, and we see you, we're with you. It's really that whole thing of 7 generations forward and back is with you watching, that you're not alone. You may feel alone, but you're not. And the right action you take right now, the right thinking, the right words, everything that you do that you know to be right is being cherished and will be honored. And there's so much gratitude for it from the future, for the future generations, because you're making a small right thought, right action right now. The implications are huge. So it's just carry on. You've got this, is what he's saying.
And later, we're going to show how small an act of love still ripples and continues to ripple. It's like a it's, I lost in English. It's big. Here's a drawing of Geronimo. We're going to go at a historical, young Geronimo. Jack Davis did
Yes.
this. He did 14,000 drawings. Very fierce, very fun. He's action. He's on everyone's team. He's a tiger, sure, young but older. He's a kitten. I love him. The other two are formal, proper, yes, no. He's like, yeah, nah, duh. You already know the answer. You might even get a little thwap on the side of the head to be like, wake up. You already got this. It's staring right in front of you. Okay, here's older Geronimo. Get a very personal, deep insight. Just say, got it when you got it. You don't have to share this one, Cynthia.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, and then he's got a reminder that we're all amazing with amazing hearts, just about. A lot of people choose not to pay attention, and ignorance is no excuse. But for the rest of us, he's talking potentiality.
Yeah. It's yeah. I'm having trouble with the words. It's kind what he's saying doesn't. I'll just say what he's saying. It's very short. He's just saying your heart too does pierce the sun. Um, but then I'm like, how do you explain this? Your heart does pierce the sun. Well, it reminds me of the sun dance, but that's like a very sacred dance, but that's not the sun dance. What what is he saying? He's saying, I guess what it means is, well, I'm trying to translate it. Like the sun is so vast. Like what could pierce the sun? Your heart too does pierce the sun. It's he's trying to remind us of something, like something so deep we've forgotten it.
We'll do it right now through visual. I'll do the out of the movie Celestine Prophecy, but as Sue Frederick from Arizona, a guest on the show, said, hey, in the 1970s, we were doing this before the movie even existed. In India, they do it this way. You'll see a little light between my fingers, but we'll go bigger, wider, faster after Cynthia. You just say a few colors that you're seeing. It could be white, gold, green, yellow. If anyone gets gray, it's like a blanket covering the color. Just breathe a little more. Find a way to do 1% of 1% loosey goosey you. Like just be in your heart more. And the blanket gets yanked off, you see purple. It's a good exercise to show you that the more you allow for, the more that you allow for, more that comes in. So here's this. The most important thing is you're getting a dad joke or two. And here's a test dad joke for everyone. If you're laughing, you're letting go. And remember, I think it's Mother Teresa said, laughter is love. Where in a hospital is the worst place to play hide and seek? Where? In the ICU.
Oh,
And then Santa's reindeer, wrong time of the season, but it's okay. Santa's reindeer, Blitz and Dance are just those two. Why do they drink so much coffee? Because they're Santa's Starbucks.
oh.
Okay, and just be in your heart. This is seeing without seeing the Zen thing. Your heart already is seeing all the light on trees right now. It's just thinking blocks everything. Okay, here we go. And you'll see a little bit of light or a filament of light. Cynthia,
Yeah, I'm
what do you
seeing I'm seeing pink in the middle and green on the sides, some blue.
And let
Mm.
all your galactic buddies, angels, everybody pitch in and make an object in there, especially for you. Just say when you get the object. We've had two red cardinals, two phoenixes, two Merkabas. 10 people have seen Jesus's face. We've had light infinity waves. It goes on and on and on. Lotus
It's an
flowers.
it's an interdimensional Merkaba.
Oh,
It's
good.
yeah, blue and green.
Okay, if you'll cup your hands off camera like you're scooping water out of a pond or you're in the shower capturing water, the lower half of a grapefruit.
Mhm.
And you just let this light come across. And when you're fully feeling it, you can look down and see it. Make sure your lips are 1 millimeter open, just extra, extra, extra openness. Your opening openness. And we're going to transfer this light that was made for you into your palms in California from Texas. And when you look down, I can sit down, I can give it a rest. You'll have the light in your hands. You get to enjoy it, and you can either bring it into your heart or you can watch it turn into glitter all over the room. It's up to you how you want to handle the light when it hits your hands. I'll tell another dad joke. What's the only flower found on the human face? Tulips. And Iris is a backup in case somebody says tulips after watching this show. Okay, you're looking in your hands. Let us know when you're looking in your hands. I can sit down. This is transferring over into, there you go.
There you go. You can
Okay.
feel it.
And then do anything you want with it, but out of it comes the message, and you'll get help from the three chiefs. You'll get help from
Yes.
the angels, and you'll be able to put some words to that extra thing that we just talked about.
Yeah, so bring it in.
We're going very nonlinear today, which is a reminder, like, subscribe, comment, and share. And I think we've
Mhm.
earned it. Like, definitely hit the like and share this with someone who's like, I could use a dose of optimism and unbridled
Yeah,
enthusiasm. Okay.
and
Cynthia,
pure
what do you got?
intuition. Wow. Well, it was blue and green in my hands, then it and that interdimensional transdimensional Merkaba, then it turned violet when it went into my heart. So that was beautiful. So this violet, purplish red, my favorite colors. Um, yeah. Okay. And this is beyond words. I'm asking it again because I really want the fullness of things. So when it's for me, it's like I want the fullness, and I don't the words don't matter so much. But to share it, let's get some words. So words, please. Okay.
And here's an angel who's clarity, Claire.
Oh
And
yes,
she's
thank you.
resilience. She'll help you with dusting it off a little.
Yeah, exactly. Well, making it palatable for the human brain. Yeah, it's a trans-dimensional conduct. So it's really stepping into transdimensional wonderment and awe. So it's a representation of the dynamic process itself, which is consciousness studying consciousness, which is what I do. So I need extra help. I'm like, thank you. Oh my gosh. Because it's challenging. We're bringing the very tools that we're looking at into it. And how do we do that? With a lot of just what we're talking about today: openness, wonderment, listening, awe, gratitude, and optimism. Without the optimism, we're not going to see anything. So it's really showing that this process itself, it's like the road is the answer, is what I'm getting with this. That's the best I can translate it. It's like what we're doing today and what we're grooving and doing together, this is how we get there. As crazy as it seems, this is totally nonlinear. You're right. So, but
My
that's the direction we have to start with. Yeah.
my feet have been swinging in my chair like I'm in third grade. I love it. We're doing a final wild intuitive act. I don't know how to say it otherwise. And I'm just looking for one photo because I put up Claire's photo and I want to show a concert at Stubbs Barbecue. If you need a place to go, you go visit Austin, Texas. It looks like it's just one level. It's not dilapidated, but it's also not like sparkly brand new. Although when you get inside, you're going to be impressed. It is a very good barbecue place, Stubbs Barbecue. They sell their sauce, I think, all across the country. Got to give them a plug.
I
What you
do.
don't know is that you're walking by a giant amphitheater in the back, dug out that 2,000 people can fit. And when it comes to South by Southwest, one of the three legs, by the way, I've had light fly by during the show and I'm getting frequency here in the ear. The amphitheater will hold 2,000. It's one of the top venues you want to go on the music leg of South by Southwest.
Wow.
It's really comfortable. And if you happen to like doing alcoholic or any other beverages, it's easy lines, it's very good service, good vibe. So there were concerts there. I think it was 2012, M83, and this was Two Door Cinema Club, where I had incredible experiences. You only get one through a visual. It's not raining, it's not orbs, it's angels.
Wow.
And anyone could have taken this photo. I heard one third or two thirds of the crowd with a sure shot camera could have done it. Pink in the middle is joy. Claire is the bright one you just met. So now you have a lot
Yeah.
of angels. Cynthia, can we have you put up your hands to capture a lot of light coming in? You should start shaking. You might tear up, you might yawn, you might have another visceral reaction. It's all good. Love and above. If you want to catch flowers in the air or applause or kumbaya singing like the Stones backup singers, and you can hear a big message from all the loving beings, beings of light on earth. And what's that message? First, it's a reminder for all of us, but what do you
Yeah.
want to share out loud?
Oh, you guys got this. We love you so much. We're here for you. We're with you. We're cheering you on. You're cheering for yourselves, and we're cheering with you. And you're doing great. Yeah, it's like so exciting. So much love, so much appreciation and gratitude there. It's so beautiful.
And like what you did with the word awe, I got a word the other day. It's not like I've never heard it before. The word template, but a light
Yeah.
template. Template that it's kind of like a little playing machine, but it's not. It just means
Yeah.
extra dimensionality and fun. You're going to appreciate this a lot because this is the last crazy act. I'm gonna show a little light on the tip of my finger. Like, we'll just take the steps. But Charlotte's gonna explain the light template that you're getting. You can set your intent, and it'll be the gift that keeps on giving, like a Hallmark card. And so, weeks, months later, days later, a lot of brains will only allow for the current day. But your brain's very open. So, allow for a ripple of light that continues, and the template will be a lot of fun for you. She'll do the explaining, and after all this, you can do any explaining to us of what you got because you know how to put stuff into words. Okay, here's a regular Bic lighter. This is the easiest part, easiest step of anything on this show is before we wrap it up here. Um, all people have to do is you're sitting at home in an apartment, on the metro, at a house, back patio, public bench. Name the color of the flame. So what are you seeing? But you might actually get dimensional light around the flame. So Cynthia, what are you getting for the flame?
Well, some of it's the colors we don't really see, but it's like pinks with golds, but then it goes into, it's like beyond the pink, beyond the gold. You know what I mean? Like,
I love it. And we've had a lot of good answers on that. I'm going to hold up my finger. And this will be the background right here. Go ahead and see light coming off my finger like it's a Bic lighter and see it above. What are you getting now? And let me go on an old surf bodyboard trip. Whoop.
yeah, seeing a lot of gold. There's some edge, there's just a little edge of baby blue.
I like it. Now, sometimes I'm doing it with my hand off camera because I'm not looking and that doesn't work. With your permission, we'll do it one more time. Just name any color or say I got it because then I'm going to start going like this and then we're going to send you light. And if you don't mind sticking a hand out off camera, you're going to let a little light template land in your hand or it might grow in your hand. I don't know how to explain it. Just hear from
Okay.
Charlotte now the important stuff of what you're about to receive. It'll be a multidimensional, transdimensional, dimensional, dimensionality. There we go. We covered it. But you're going to have to do the explaining after all this. So just say ready. Tell me anything you see here.
Okay.
What do you see
Some
now?
what? Yeah, some I'm seeing white and gold with some peach around it.
Okay, perfect. And then just say sock it to me to angels if you could and galactic beings. All your friendly. Oh, my hand, my finger's getting hot. Okay, and are you seeing a swirl develop?
Yes,
Okay, now I'm turning it and sending it through the screen. You got your hand out like a helicopter landing pad. You should start feeling it going into your
feeling it. Yeah,
quantum field, and you're
got it.
outstanding in your field with sunflowers and morning glories today. Okay, here we go. So now you're getting all of it, and if you could just let me know when you've kind of crescendoed, and I can stop. You've got it.
Yeah, yeah, got it.
Okay, good. Now you get to play with it. It's like a Slinky or Play-Doh. At your end, you're getting something very special. I'm gonna blow a couple times, and we'll buy you a little extra time to appreciate because you got to sift through it. Here comes the first blow or push or love whoosh. Here comes the second. It's like putting icing on a cake, but she already did the cake and she's totally a professional baker. So we can't wait to see the design. We don't know if it's a wedding, a birthday, it's just for fun. Someone's retiring. We don't know. All right, Cynthia, you're going to have to do some talking here. And this is a lot of tap dancing for you. You just got a lot. What just happened?
Oh, gosh. Well, the first wave of energy was it's like a symphony. It was you're describing food, but it felt like music. It felt so beautiful, and it felt deep. It felt like there was a lot to it. And then the push brought in some deep, like bass tones, like the music of whales and elephants. Very deep, deep, deep. So it's kind of like nature herself. I know it's from you, but it felt like you're in cahoots with the nature beings that are bringing some of the deepest base level. It's like the frequencies that humans can't even hear. Yes, yes. So it's like the symphony of Earth is what this feels like. All the living beings is what I come away feeling like this is what this is. It's a symphony of life on Earth and an appreciation for all of us that we are not just the interdimensional beings that we're talking about, like in spacecraft and so forth, but it's the dolphins, yes, the whales, yes, yes, exactly. that we are here together on this planet that we share. And it's like the greatest gift is just to be in a sense of awe and wonder at that. Just the natural world is it's heart expanding for me. I was just feeling so much love. It's breaking my heart open. So if people can feel that, then I hope you can. So
Here's
huge.
here's uh here's universal love, universal light, total all that all is, or whatever I'm trying to say, the biggest of the biggest. Here, but we
Yes.
shouldn't be able to take a photo of it. But here it is. Here's unconditional love, all it is. And if you could allow some of the colors to start speaking to you, so much so that you're like, oh my God, I feel like my back and all my chakras are a piano keyboard and I'm getting played.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that's a a glass rainbow hummingbird feeder from Austin that I took photos of different
Oh
times of the
wow.
day, and it worked out.
That's so beautiful. Yeah, but the light that comes through is from almost feels otherworldly, but it's here too. It feels very well, very interdimensional, transdimensional. It's an activation. It's a gateway. We're going through the gateway of our new beginning. It's like it feels like this new story begins. That energy is here so that we can see it, so we can feel it, so this can become part of our story, which we've not told stories of this, at least not that I know. Like the stories that I've heard are, more like villains and good guy. This is different. It's like a whole new way of telling the story. And the question is, do you feel it now? Like, yeah. And we need it. We need the new story. I feel it now. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. So my response is thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, yes, yes. We need you. We need the story. Thank you for bringing it. And all of life and all of Earth thanks you. Yes, we're here together. Yes, thank you.
I have a little serious question, and it may be too complex, it may not. And if it is, you'll still have a beautiful way to answer it, but I'm still going to stick Charlotte up as an adjuster or assistant. Um, Paul Sugar was on. He's my number one guest. I think at 13 or 14 appearances. He's a lot of fun. 50 years meditation, mindfulness expert. Been on stage with Deepak, a former remote viewer, Stargate, before he knew it was CIA. Only got in, got out, but got to meet some of the folks. Does a lot of out of body travel just sitting like this. And what else can I say? Near death experience when he went to Syracuse. Da, 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 da. Same time on campus with my parents when they were there, but they didn't meet. And I got to mention this because it was just Father's Day. My dad was meant to pass when he did in 1970 when I was 2, but there's Mike Sr. and Barb, and she passed when I was turning 23. According to angels, I couldn't do what I do without them having done what they did. It was their time to go. But Paul, I asked him a tough question the other day. Early August, been some brilliant interviews. I'll put this up there as well. They're all brilliant. Everyone's creating their own reality. Everyone, where they put their focus is where they put their focus. How they spend their energy is how they spend their energy. But there's different frequencies, low, high vibe. There's definitely a lot of complexity on Earth. If and it's written that the frequency is going up on this planet. Can you see, and this is a complex one, can you see a little bit of a shift, a split where some people go one reality, it's the same Earth. Others go to another reality, same Earth. And there's only one reference I can do from like a Showtime series from 20 years ago. I think it was called The Leftovers, but they made it way dire, way dire. So we don't want to even go there on that, where some of the people disappeared. I think it was The 100 as well. The point is, if it show up on TV, it's always a little bit about that non-interference. You've got free will, but then someone came in and planted a seed of what's possible or not possible. Can you handle that for us? If a lot of people are out there wanting to use nuclear weapons, they're just not focused on love. It's the last thing in their lexicon. They still might love
Right.
their kids at home, but there's a lot of complexity, and yet there's a huge high vibe going on. Is it all everybody in one rowboat, or do we split to two rowboats at some point? And here's Charlotte to be fair about this.
Mm. Yeah. Well, people that know about the Hopi prophecy rock, then I've been following that, and so it's been. I want to give shout out to the Hopi because I wrote an article based on their story of this is the fourth world. We're going into the fifth. This happens a lot. We know the human DNA is similar for about the last 200,000 years, yet we don't have 200,000 years of history. We can only track, even we go to Göbekli Tepe 14,000 years ago, and we're kind of like, what were they doing? We don't know what was happening. And that's only 14,000. Anyway, so long story short, the Hopi prophecy rock, it has changed. It's gone through a Mandela effect. This for me this last year, and I'm fascinated. Three things have changed. There's a line that used to be there according to Grandfather Martin, and he says it's gone. So big change on the rock. Change number two, the folks that go into they split off into the little breakaway world. They have two hearts now carved in the stone. I don't remember two hearts. Grandfather Martin's pointing two hearts. And I'm like, what? And he's passed on now, Grandfather Martin, but there's a video of him showing this. Number three, we now have a second prophecy rock. I only know that there had been one Hopi prophecy rock. The second one is a promise of technology for healing the earth and healing ourselves. Three changes to the prophecy rock. But to answer your question, will it split? I think the Hopi, I'm trusting them, so I would feel like they're probably right. But let me just lean into intuition itself. Let's see. So I'll go with everybody who's spoken to us today, the wise ones who know the answer to this. And thank you to your guest, Sugar, beautiful spirit. Such and all Sugar's guides and your guides and my guides and all the guides of those who are listening for the best and most balanced answer for us. Let's see, what is, because I'd love to know, is will it break away? I've asked the Earth herself about this question and not exactly gotten a straight answer.
Is
Uh,
breakaway too harsh of a language? It's just a
I
natural
think, I
phenomena.
think what, yeah, because look, I'm not getting an instant yes on the breakaway. Never have. When I went to Boulder, Colorado to get an answer to this, I was asking her, the Earth, and she got a very, I got slammed to the ground physically, and she
Oh,
was showing
wow.
me, yeah, but with love, it was weird. It's hard to explain. Kind of rough, not rough, but not tough, not mean, just grounding, bam, and just showing you are clay, and I'm like, okay and she was also showing and you are of the stars, and that was the answer to what's happening about this whole breakaway. I think breakaway is maybe the wrong word,
I think
so
it
we're
is.
gonna,
And
yeah,
Mac, don't call her Mackenzie. She's everything plants, animals, nature, Pleiadian background. Yeah, Mac, don't call her Mackenzie, but she's a sweetheart. Close your eyes, she'll show for you as a human, and it'll be a very nature scene, duh.
yeah,
But let her show you a nature metaphor that clicks it for you, connects the dots, and that'll be good for you because you'll just know then. You won't
yeah,
even notice. Well, you will. It'll be more love and peace and harmony. Um,
yeah,
there is a good metaphor to be had. Here's Archangel Michael, and I'll put up Rebecca. These two plus Charlotte are my business managers. Rebecca's from so far out that makes Pleiades, Orion, Andromeda look like our neighbors, like next door. And then she's from where music came from, and there's four balls of light in there, hard to see, um, and it's taken up close. That's actually patio furniture in my back patio 12 years ago. I'm inches away. Okay, here's Archangel Michael, Rebecca. You've got Mac. Between the three of them, and she'll do music for you, a symphony of light coming in to explain at the back end. You can get a concrete answer, but it's going to be still, you're the perfect person for this to put it to words. You're good at this.
yeah. Well,
Okay,
the
what do you
natural
get?
example she's yeah, the natural example is kind of a weird one, but it's makes sense to me. It's She's showing me basically the coelacanth fish that came back from extinction. It's one of many. There's so many species that went completely extinct. I'm talking gone, not on the planet, proven gone. And now they're back. And she's showing me that. She's showing me that. And I know it's like so it's we've got the Galapagos giant tortoises. They did that too. I'm thinking a giant tortoise goes missing on a small island. We haven't seen it extinct, then it comes back. So these are the kind of things, these are not small creatures. We've had small ones come back too. Like she's showing me that, and I'm getting, and there's a knowingness to this. Like, so we're calling it breakaway, but what if what if it's a fabric? What if it's like it's like to make it human, it's like a roller coaster, and you take a different path, and some of us are going one path and some are going another. I had a dream like that once, and it was amazing. In my dream, I could get off. It was like a ride, an adventure ride, but I had a picnic with me, and I could get off the ride and park as long as I want and just go and enjoy the beautiful scenery of the ride because I loved it. It was like, look how pretty. I spent like all day there, got back on the train, and I got off the ride at the same time as the people who never got off the train at all.
That
They
is a
didn't,
metaphor. That is one of those moments. And Here's the cover of my book, but you've already seen the angels. The silhouette orange, my guardian angel, is the white ball of metallic light, and the blue is Charlotte. So there's no one way about the photos. There's smiley
Yeah.
faces in there you can see. They'll say it another way, like the Galapagos turtle could have been just shielded by invisibility from humans, so there can't be any harm, and they were shepherded along till their numbers could get back up.
Yeah. That's what's happening with humans at this time of split of choosing what, some people, like you said, they want to choose, they're picturing it has to be some, I can't even think of the word, but it's like a biblical annihilation of sorts, whatever,
I know what you're talking about. The
whatever.
apocalypse thing or whatever, the Armageddon thing or whatever,
Yeah,
to bring
that
on
thing.
the next phase of religious talk.
So
Yeah,
some people they think that we have to have that. If they think so, great, go
yeah.
for it. But a lot of us don't feel that's necessary and can barely remember the word, because I'm like, no, thank you.
Yeah, no thanks. We don't need any more harm or destruction. People are like full fifth gear when it should have
Yeah,
been the car, shut the thing off, toss the keys by now. Okay,
ex-
what we'll do is we'll try to get back on the show. I know your schedule's super busy whenever you'd like. You're a permanent invite guest, but I'm going to read a final passage here. It's my favorite. I still have the same piece of paper. It hasn't fallen apart yet. It is out of the little book, Listening to Angels. I'd love to get a final reminder from you about this, springboarding off of this. It's only 3 sentences. Sometimes the person next to you or a stranger just needs validation via love and compassion. A smile changes any moment. So too does laughter or a few kind words. Be compassionate to all. Do it.
yeah, this I just totally resonant with that for sure. And sometimes the words of a stranger can touch your heart, even when they're just being sincere, honest, and in that moment, and you just feel touched to your core. So you too can bring that level of sincerity and authenticity to each moment and touch someone just with the vibration and the purity of your heart and your soul. You are the gift that we can all benefit from, each and every one of us. So beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And just as you said the word soul or joy or heart, we had a lightning bolt go sideways across the screen. That was cool. We've had complete scrambling when it was Marilyn Hughes in Arizona, who's founded the Out of Body Travel Foundation, Mystic. I think she's up to 135 books. Last time I interviewed her, it was 124. Before that, she's prolific. But her screen would fizzle when she went like this. And when she went to get light made in your hands, you can get a butterfly, you can get a flower, you can get whatever you get. You do your own seeing with your heart. She opened it. If it's flyable, as I say, you can watch it fly. She got a white Pegasus fly around the room, and you get to see her reaction. Like, I mean, my jaw would drop. And she's watching it fly around. If it's not flyable, I always say enjoy it. And then it's not you're smushing it. It's just you're bringing it into your heart and to your quantum you, and you get a bigger hug that way. So you don't want to hurt the butterfly. You don't want to hurt the dragonfly. But you're reminding me of something with all this. The screen literally went like a lightning bolt left to right. I'll see if I can capture that. I'll put it at the front of the show. Why don't we
Nice.
do one last rhetorical thing? But we're going to let an angel ask you a question. I think I'm going to pick Charlotte. She's like she's so
Mm.
so on spot. Tough taskmaster 12 or 14 years ago to get me to pay attention. But here's Charlotte. What's the question she's asking you? And then we've never done this on the show, 500 tapings. What question are you getting from the interviewer, Charlotte the Angel? And then what's your answer?
Mm. She's asking, how do I shape that which I pay attention to?
Oh, I love this question. This is like the number one question. Great way to go out.
I know. I'm like, whoa, how do I shape what I pay
And
attention to?
she can help. Here, I'll put up Mac because Mac is
Yeah.
totally fun. Mac will help you
Okay.
as if you're on the round stage in London. You're a Shakespearean actress, and you've got a producer, director, whatever, behind the curtain whispering. Here's Mac. She'll help you. You already have all the tools. You're like literally an Oscar-winning level actress on the stage.
Yeah, I feel like there's a future, there's like an answer calling to me and it's weaving itself through this reality. It's like I can see the threads and feel them and start to recognize it. And then I know, oh, this is for me and this is where I will put my attention. It's kind of call and response is what people might call it from music, but for me it's a felt sensation. So I choose that's a great question. How do I choose what I put, how do I shape it? How do I shape it? I don't know if I answered a question about shaping it. Oh.
Is it like
Wow.
getting used to being in the living room of the heart and then you know how to operate, how to move around the living room a little bit better?
Yeah, it's trusting it because sometimes if I feel like, oh, it's just my heart, then like, oh, I'm just having a vacation, I'm just doing something goofing off. But no, I need to trust that the shape of my attention is that something's coming into form. So it shape implies that something is forming, right? So like that's it's awareness that there is a creation occurring through the shape, through the form. Wow. So it is call and response. You get music. Um, with physics or geometry, you get a creation. You're building something. That's beautiful.
Okay, and we're going to leave inspiration for every viewer out there. You can actually have angels show up in full human form, including light beings. I wouldn't have known that 2 years ago, but Grace is like, no, I can show up as a human, no big deal. And it doesn't mean light's escaping from her, which was my first thought. There's no way she can embody in like a little human body, but she can. And other figures too. So you're going to the post office, you're going to the supermarket, you're going to whatever. You happen to be checking, where's my phone? You happen to be like this after you lock the pink Mustang up. You're checking
Yeah.
fantasy football scores or FIFA scores. And then you hear, what's the rush, Cynthia? Or what's the rush, Mike? You look up, you're busted. You're like, woo, not being spiritual. Um, you've got four tall women with off the charts, woman from Sirius even, off the charts energy. They look like they're out of Hollywood, the way you described that one person before in the circle
Yeah.
with Paula.
Yep. Yep.
Um, and they're like, what's the rush, Cynthia? And you're so busted. Part of you wants to hop in the Mustang and peel out. The rest of you who's like loves being in the living room in the heart, all you have to do is be like, hey, do you want to go have a cup of coffee? And you get an hour tea coffee across the street at Bob's Tea House, or I should say Sarah's Tea House, or Bob's Coffee Shop, or Starbucks. The point is, and time will slow down. Take turns having them hold your hand. Ask Mac privately, or here out loud, is that possible? What's Mac say to all of us? And you get to practice setting your intent. If it happens, you know you did it right. Does she say, why not?
Yeah. It's definitely possible. Yeah. Let's go. It feels like let's go. Let's do it.
And
Be
now for
intuitive. Trust.
yeah, sorry to interrupt. Your personal opportunity to do the diving board platform thing, leap. Here's Archangel Michael for a couple words to you about, yeah, make it so. And if anyone can do it, we've had some guests do it. But this is a private journey, and that's all of this is a private do it yourself. Was it Napoleon Hill who said that? You learn, go halfway through life and learn that it's a do it yourself project. Same for this stuff. You got to take your own steps. Get Michael to come in and just say, got it when you got a good amount of encouragement.
Yeah, got it.
Okay. And then Rebecca, here beyond English, because sometimes we get trapped with structure and thinking and ego and the way we approach, like a airfield landing. Have her approach through music and sound and vibration so that you just go, oh, all I have to do is whistle and make it so, or hum if you don't whistle. Okay. And then
Do
finally,
that.
Charlotte, we'll do it this way. Charlotte will give you a final mantra of possibility for us all. If we all started humming it, dancing it, pouring our tea carefully, and not spilling while we're humming it. Charlotte's got something to gift all of us. The simplest of simple.
Mhm.
What's her reminder for us all to close out the show?
Change is your friend. Woo.
Cynthia Sue Larson, this has been a very, 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 and a one more very special show. Thank you so much for all that you do.
Thank you,
Wow.
Michael.
Yeah, wow and awe.
Love you so much.
Thank you very much.